You're welcome to the AM Club right here on MX24. It's Tuesday, the 2nd of April, 2025. You're welcome to the AM Club, coming to you live from the studios all in the streets, East Legon, Accra, Ghana. Our mission is simple, it's to amplify, inform and inspire with a fun, fearless and fact-driven on-air experience. We'll be kicking off with some inspiration. The hashtag is My Daily Dose of Vim, giving you an inspiring way to start your morning. Now, after that, we look out for Coffee Daily, where we recap trending stories from the last 24 hours. Now, for our big conversation today on Lifestyle Daily, we are marking World Earth Day. We spotlight the beauty, power and vulnerability of our oceans, rivers and coastlines. Now, from plastic pollution and illegal dumping to coastal erosion and climate change, our water bodies are under threat. But the good news, every small action counts. Join us as we dive into solutions, share inspiring stories of cleanup efforts, and explore how communities, individuals, and governments as well can work together to protect these vital ecosystems. So yes, big education coming up on the show this morning. On the plug, we have something exciting for you, so please stay tuned. We got you covered this morning. Remember, you're a major part of the show. Join us online. The hashtag is the AM Club, and our handles are MX24GH. That is at MX24GH on all social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is MX24GH. Follow MX24 on Ayoba. Join the MX24 channel for updates, or send us your messages on our Ayoba number. That's 059-229-2746. Visit MX24 app to catch up on all the fun, the excitement of the AM Club shows, featuring engaging conversations, thrilling live segments, and exclusive content you don't want to miss. Now, you can also reach us via WhatsApp number 055-033-1511, 055-033-1511. Send in your comments and reactions to everything we cover here on the show. Now, it's time for My Daily Dose of Vim. Well, it's time for My Daily Dose of Vim, and again, it's another morning to get inspiration from amazing individuals whose amazing contributions and, of course, great sacrifices leave a lasting mark on us. And, of course, this morning, it's no exception. We're looking at Kwame Sefa-Kan, born June 20th, 1970, also known as Chairman General, is a Ghanaian media personality, broadcast journalist, and public speaker. Kai completed his secondary school education at the Ekuapeman Secondary School in Ekropon, Ekuapem. Sefa-Kan gained an Executive Masters of Arts in Conflict, Peace and Security from the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. In 2018, he hosted the maiden edition of Ghana Music Awards until 2007. In 2019, he co-hosted in the 20th VGMAs with Bella Mundi, Radio and Television Personality Awards, RTP Personality of the Decade, 2010 and 2020. He is the owner of Quarcoo Foundation, which was established in 2015. In April 2019, the foundation donated incubators worth $100,000 to help curb the mortality rate of children born preterm. Ladies and gentlemen, Kwame Sefa-Kan.
Father, remember that not every opportunity is the opportunity. There'll be plenty of stop, go, rethink, go, jump ship, re-strategize, go moments. All of these will be along the path to success. Success can be likened to that cockerel which wakes us up every morning. I'm sure you know the familiar sound, Quarcoo. Over the years, this cockerel gets better at crowing and sounds better every time it lets out that loud Quarcoo. Even when it grows up into a very tough cockerel, it still diligently crows every morning because it has learned that success is a habit, born out of practice, and it's the courage to continue growing. Father, remember that not every opportunity is the opportunity. There'll be plenty of stop, go, rethink, go, jump ship, re-strategize, go moments. All of these will be along the path to success. Success can be likened to that cockerel which wakes us up every morning. I'm sure you know the familiar sound. Quarcoo. Over the years, this cockerel gets better at crowing and sounds better every time it lets out that loud quarcoo. Even when it grows up into a very tough cockerel, it still diligently crows every morning because it has learned that success is a habit, born out of practice, and it's the courage to continue crowing.
Success is indeed a habit. As long as you're consistent at that work, it will definitely yield results. And remember what he said in the beginning. Not every opportunity is the opportunity. So be very intuitive about some of the things that you are excited about, the doors that open, that look like that is it. This is what I have been looking for. In fact, end of story, I've arrived. Be very careful. But also remember that to get to that place of success, it requires diligence. It requires a lot of consistency, a lot of hard work, a lot of showing up every time, regardless of how you feel, all right? And I am going to be taking this very first word of his, that not every opportunity is the opportunity home. That's what I'm going to take home this morning. I hope you've been inspired. I hope you've learned. And I hope you're going to make better decisions about your story. Well, that's a wrap. We'll take a look at major happenings across the world, which zooms us into Coffee Daily. But before that, let's take a spot of music. And right after that, we zoom right into Coffee Daily. There's a part of this song that excites me, and I hope heaven confirms this, that even if I make my bed in hell, I go and lay bed in hell and sleep there, God is still right there with me. He's still by my side, waiting just for me to look around and call on his name. Beautiful morning. I'm excited. This song really made my day. I've been hooked up on this song for days, guys. So yes, I'm super, super excited, but I hope you enjoyed that one too. Welcome back from that break. This is still the AM Club coming to you live from the MX24 studios, all the streets, East Legon, Accra, Ghana. It's now time for Coffee Daily with Cowboy Coffee. We're going to be taking a quick look at what is happening on X. Big conversations, trends, and all that matters. And on X this morning, we're going to be looking into that. But before we get into that, let's talk about something we all want, and that is success. Everybody wants it. Everybody dreams of it. We all aspire to succeed and make a mark in life. We push ourselves to excel, enduring challenges along the way just to be successful. Charlie, when we get stuff, and I bet it will, you need that extra boost to keep pushing forward. And on those days where you need somebody to be there for you, Cowboy Coffee will be by your side. It's a rich 3-in-1 blend with a great taste and aroma that would aid kickstart your day. So whether you're working or just creating beautiful memories with friends and loved ones, Cowboy Coffee will be there with you every single moment. So no matter where you're at, as you chase after those goals, keep Cowboy Coffee close to stay motivated and going. Remember, Cowboy Coffee is with you every single moment. Now, let's check what is trending on X and a guesting copy to say.
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
It's a good morning.
Yeah, it's a good morning.
It's a beautiful morning. I'm just like, you know, can we do one more of He's in the Room?
Okay.
But it's Tuesday, it's too early in the week. But we're still celebrating oh, I saw something very funny. My son sent me something really, really funny. He said, what this generation will not accept is all those mistakes we make when, you know, when everybody say his reason, right?
Oh.
He's a rose.
Right. The spelling of risen.
People, at this point, these children are not having it. They can't fathom why older people like you are making such mistakes. They can't. So please keep them, like, in fact, help them survive this death of Christ. But we're still in that season, and so it's very imperative to keep praising God for the great sacrifice. Call it the ultimate sacrifice, and that is an act of love that nobody has been able to surpass. Nobody has been able to match up with, and so it remains the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate act of love. And we're asking you to stay in the season, okay? The whole of April, let's stay in that season, right? Yeah, okay.
Some of them have already gone back to
factory setting here as well.
But let's start off with our page, and already we are here. And as usual, you know what to do. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Yes.
Let's get ourselves updated. But today on the show, tuning to the AM Club as we look at how to protect our beaches and waterways. Be a part of the show. Don't miss it. We're having interesting conversations with Robert Mills-Lamptey, the Blue Planet, Green Future, protecting our beaches and waterways. We also have a conversation with Richmond K, Quarcoo, and then Miracle Naza Agbata. Okay. That's later on in the show. Yesterday.
Yes.
That day.
Yeah, we had a big conversation.
What did you say about us?
So we talked about the awakening, awakening the real you. Redefining yourself as a woman. Now, there are times that, you know, I mean, more often than not, we are driven by what society, what our parents says we should be, who the society is telling us to be as women, and we miss that part that God designed, because you know that for every individual on earth, God has a special plan for you, and you need to identify that, you need to uncover that. But for us, most young women, they are what that mommy said I should be this, so I'm going to be this. Daddy said I should be that, so I'm going to be that. They are our guides on earth. But the bigger picture is that what does God want you to be on earth? What are you designed to be, or who are you designed to be? And so that conversation was very interesting. We took it from the business aspect to the intellectual aspect to personal development to the spiritual aspect.
Interesting.
So because every person knows what they like. In my house, they know that I cannot do certain things. So they know that when Mimi is coming home, there's certain things you cannot do, right? It became, I created that boundary. I was barely 16 when I created that boundary in my house. Like my mom used to sing, "Akwala ben krane." And I was like, I cannot do it. I cannot bath in the bathroom this way. I cannot walk out of the bathroom without my slippers. If you don't bring my, I'm going to stay right in the bathroom.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And it used to be such a fight. I remember when I get into my room so I have like very terrible OCDs. When I step in on sand after bathing, I'll itch the whole time. If I get to a place and I see, rubbish in the dustbin, I'll start itching. Like, it will be in the dustbin. It's not on me, it's not anywhere. I'll start itching. And so I don't, you don't try it. I see kitchen with bowls in it. I was that itchy right now. Bowls in the sink, we have a problem. So we have these things that begin to shape how we show up in life. So you'd realize that there are certain people, when you look at their nails, you look at their toes, they're always clean. No matter what financial struggles they're going through, their teeth are always on point because they cannot stand. Those are standards. When you look at them, their outlook, the way they speak, they will not exceed a certain tone. Some people maintain a certain tone. They are not angry, but their tone is there. Your personality, you need to identify that who. And as a woman, unfortunately, if you don't find out who you are or who God has designed you to be, you walk around with people just pushing you wherever they want you to be. Some people are also water, where wherever you find them, they will thrive. But they have an identity that God has designed for them. But they're thriving everywhere. They're doing very well. But there's somebody God wants them to be. And so for you, you need to find out the who you are. Even though you're thriving in other spaces, you need to find out the who you are, and then you live a very fulfilled life. And so that's what we discussed, and it was really interesting. I got emotional.
I think as men, we can also buy into that conversation.
Of course, of course. You know, the dish is really women-centered, but I encourage men to also watch because it helps. Also, it helps you to understand when your woman is growing and becoming the best version of herself. You don't see it as a competition.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get into what's trending on X. Pope Francis is trending. A lot of sports. Happy Easter still trending, but it's trending at number 8. I mean, number 8.
You mean it is going down?
It's going down.
Kaka.
At 3 seconds. But it's trending with Easter Monday, though.
Yeah.
Akonta.
What's that?
Akonta mining.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that.
We will. I see you excited about it.
Vatican is also trending. And it's interesting it's trending in politics.
Yeah.
We'll talk about why it's trending in politics.
Yes.
Spurs, Nigel, Beauty by Rock. Chemawun to me.
He's also trending.
Conclave, the Catholic Church, Asante Kotoko.
I haven't seen the crying minister.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. So let's start off with Akunta.
Akunta, let's see.
I'm sure it's going to be in the Akunta trend. So a bit of a backstory here. Akunta Mining's lease has been, more or less, like his license has been revoked by the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Amaku Fibwa. Why? Because an investigation was done, and then the revelations were brought to him yesterday at a press conference, and that was where you saw him crying. He saw the extent of the damage being caused by Akunta Mining, and he could not hold back his tears. And then he just decided to pour it out. But let's see what people are saying under the trend. John Mahama promised to go after the Galamsey kingpins and not only the Mad Boys. Cancelling Akunta Mining's license is not enough. We need to see any person of consequence connected to that company, including those whose campaigns were financed through the illicit gold trafficking, rounded up. How Nana Addo came to whitewash Akunta Mining despite clear and incontrovertible evidence.
Okay, I'll tell you for Oliver Becker
of their destructive mining practices needs investigation. After Quarcoo comes the reckoning. Don't party with the dog eaters and claim to be vegetarian. NDC wipe the tears and act now. Shalom, #stop Galamsey. That was from Oliver Baka.
So as he's writing, he's throwing shade.
I know, right?
People went to Quarcoo and then now you're coming to, okay, we have heard.
Bongo Idea says, this is the devastation caused by Chemawun to me and his Akunta mines on our land, which brought the minister to tears and led to the order for the license revocation. This is treacherous. This is treasonous and unacceptable. So this is what he saw that brought him to tears.
You know, This.
Today, it carries the blood of the land. Murdered for gold.
Let me see if I'll cry.
By greed of Akwanta Mining Company
Chips,
Limited. Thick brown poison, swirling where crystal waters once flowed. These men, they may be criminals, and yet they are also victims. Desperate souls, paid peanuts to dig their nation's grave. But the real criminals, they sit in air-conditioned offices, counting their blood money.
Have gold push. What you say? Solid money. Mami Fabio Muchro. What you say? Solid. What you say? Solid money. Solid. What you solid money? Mami Fabio Muchro. Solid.
Money.
First of all, it must be a deeper thing he was looking at that made him tear.
Right.
I saw a more extensive or a deeper documentary done by Yalpare in 2016 or 2017, I believe. No, that's beyond that. It's, I think 2021 or 2021, I believe. Yalpare did a very extensive documentary. He's one of Ghana's renowned photographers and videographers. He's amazing. So go and look out for him. He did it for the government. I don't know. I think he was ordered to do it to give a picture. I'm thinking. So it's not, it's alleged. So it is not for fact. But I saw that documentary, and I think that made me feel sad. When I saw that documentary, I was like, oh my God, is this how bad this is? So I would say that for every single person, the picture we're looking at Ghana to be can look bleak or blurry or almost impossible. Like, you know, we're sitting here and we're hyping John Dramani Mahama is doing things and we're excited. But listen, there are days where Ghanaians be like, hey, this man go if you do that thing.
True.
Someone has even told me, a very senior lawyer who believes strongly in this administration. He's actually on the other side, but he believes strongly that the measures taken so far are very productive. He said that, listen, John Dramani Mahama is on the right path, but are his boys on the right path with him?
That's a good question.
Are they on board with him to work with him to bring the success that Ghana needs? We've seen the minister sitting down and cried like a baby. Ghana, no more bread. That's, we saw this same minister's constituency was under fire. He was under fire for not performing. He was on the board, I think, of the ECG or one of those gold board or whatever. I'm not going to mention his name. If you find him, you find him. I'm not going to mention. And we saw how much this man cried that this economy, people should, who need power mobile. This same person, turn oppressor. So, sir, we feel your pain too. In fact, there are Ghanaians who have died through this. We've seen a lot of young boys behind bars just because they want something to eat. This country's unemployment level is what has landed us here. So this issue is beyond Galamsey. It's the state of the nation that has landed these young people in these acts. In fact, supporting the big men who have money to buy the excavators to go on the land. And even if we want to do this thing right, there are ways to do it. Because we have small-scale mining, yada, yada, yada. So, okay, we've seen you cry. Okay, thank you for shedding tears for Mother Ghana. But wipe those tears and let that pain that you are claiming you felt propel you to get the job done.
Sure.
Because really and truly, we Ghanaians, we have cried enough. Our tears has shown enough pain. So please, we have seen your tears, but let that propel you to get the job done.
Well, what are people saying? Abdul Rauf Ibrahim says, the Lands and Natural Resource Minister made false claims as an excuse to revoke Akunta Mining's license. How can he assert that Akunta Mining sold part of their land to illegal miners? What does he think we are? They are only doing this as a payback to Chairman Wontumi. Nana Easy says, but Wontumi is walking about freely. With Alvin, these people were reaping and skinning Ghana alive, and the Eswell government allowed it. It's a shame that the things the MPP government under Akufo-Addo did to Ghana, and no one was allowed to talk about it. Finally, some days of reckoning is welcoming. This is coming up after the current and former presidents met. Okay? Nana Akufo-Addo said Akunta Mining is not involved in Galamsey. From Richard. Afa Papa, God bless us with gold, but due to poor management, it is now turning into a curse. Thanks, and God bless the people who voted MPP out of power. XCD says, the propaganda soldier, okay. Another political gimmick. If you think the person is at fault, go and arrest him. What's the essence of making a whole video and citing one company when we all know he is not the only person involved in Galamsey? Same was done to Edu Buahin, and nothing has come out of it. True. Mr. O, we ain't angry enough as a country.
No, we're not. No.
If anybody is jailed for this, then this revelation will be nothing but scoring political points.
Yeah.
Oh, if nobody is jailed for this, right?
Yeah.
Then this revelation will be okay, right?
Yeah. Oh wow, I like my Ghanaians. Looks like we're making constructive comments and criticisms that go beyond the political colors.
Right.
Let's listen to what he has said.
So this was when he was revoking. Yeah.
Okay, so please go back. Let's listen to.
Some interviews conducted with a few of the residents indicate that the modus operandi of Akunta Mining is to use force to enter and destroy even the farmlands and produce of poor farmers in the area. Armed with this intelligence, on the eve of Good Friday, 17th of April, an intelligence-led operation by the Ghana Police Force and the Forestry Commission led to the raid of 6 illegal mining sites linked to Akunta Mining. This operation is still ongoing because the officers are still conducting operations, and that operation will continue in the coming weeks. The operation in compartment 19, which began at 5 a.m. on that day, lasted for a whopping 12 hours. And the last 3 days has also continued. So far, 51 arrests have been made, 8 Chinese nationals, 39 Ghanaian, and 4 women. So far, we have seized about 30 excavators. 5 have been required impounded at the operation base. 2 pump action guns loaded with 5 and 2 rounds of BP cartridges each. 1 single barrel gun retrieved. We have confiscated 2 Toyota Hilux pickups, 1 Toyota RAV4, 4 motorbikes, and a cache of mining equipment. Also, suspects have been transported to Accra and in the custody of the Ghana Police Service pending prosecution. In light of the overwhelming evidence, I have authorized the Minerals Commission to immediately take steps to revoke the lease of Akunta Mining with immediate effect. I've directed the Forestry Commission officials connected to these illegalities be immediately interdicted pending further investigations and prosecution. Security agencies have been notified to investigate security officers who have had dealings with Akunta Mining in this particular forest reserve.
It's a whole web.
The Attorney General has also been briefed and has taken over the investigation for further action.
Okay. So like I was saying, it looks like it's a whole web.
Yes.
A whole web of the fact that he's saying that some, security officers are going to be investigated due to their dealings with Akonta mining. Some officials are going to be investigated. It's a whole web. It's not only the miners, but it looks like
it's the whole chain of command when it came to the operating of Akonta mining. But in 2022, the Minerals Commission released a statement stating Akonta mining, has no mining lease, right? And mining rights or permitted to mine in the tunnel.
Yeah, tunnel. Yeah.
Forest reserve. But did we find them there? You see, the entire picture that is being painted right now is that this Akonta mining has come under question or under scrutiny by the Ghanaian people. And they were exonerated at the time that they were not involved in any illegalities. Of course, one would say that because the alleged owner, because I'm not going to sit here and say that I know that Chairman to me, even though his picture is on it, the alleged owner is involved, or because he's involved or is in bed with the Eswal government, they would, let him go. Some of these conversations are just bothering. So if today we wake up in the morning and there's a junior Akonta mining, and their partnership with the NDC allows them to be doing what is termed as an illegality, we're going to let it pass because the government will power. Now, this is what we are asking, that Mr. Minister, it's okay to cry and be sad about this. But when you are pulling out this, don't just cut the stem and leave it. Uproot it from the root. Make sure that you and your people don't become part two of what we have seen.
Right.
Because the whole idea is that very soon our waters will become blue again. And the forest reserves will be left alone. Because we're tired. It's sad. Right. So this country is just as John Dramani, His Excellency John Dramani will say it, it's a crime scene. Because how are we functioning like
right?
How is, even if it's not Chairman to me, right? How is an individual doing this to human beings just so that they can amass wealth for themselves? Actually, it's heartbreaking, man. It's really heartbreaking.
Interesting, but away from Akonta and Chairman to me, the Vatican is trending. Why? Because the Pope fell. I mean, he died yesterday at the age of 88. For us Catholics, we've started our mourning.
Yeah. So how do you mourn the Pope like this?
So the Catholic flag, which is the papal flag, is going to be flying at half-mast. Every Catholic church has that flag. It's going to be flying at half-mast for, a period of time till he's buried. So far, no official statement as to whether we're going to be praying, fasting, but we know there's going to be a series of, activities that would mark the celebration. But for now, all flags are going to be flying at half-mast.
Do you have an idea how it had been done in the Pope Benedict died?
So there are prayers, say, during Mass for the death of the Pope. There's also a couple of days fasting for the reposed soul of the Pope. And then, we go back to electing the next Pope in the next 15 days.
And in the next 50 days, there has been a Ghanaian... 15 days.
Yeah,
Ooh,
15.
That's short.
That's why conclave is trending in politics.
Yes.
So conclave is a collection of cardinals. They are the ones who elect. So it's from among the cardinals that a pope emerges. Yeah.
But a Ghanaian has been tipped to be...
He has actually been in the list since Pope Benedict resigned.
Yes.
So he was part of the list of with Francis and others.
Yes.
So Cardinal Apia Texan.
Yes.
I hope, but I was discussing this with my mommy yesterday, and I told her that, this is my personal opinion, it will be very difficult for a black man to be a pope.
I think we've gotten to that point where a black man can become a pope.
But Francis, Pope Francis defied the odds. He is the first Latin American to become, even the first American, I should say, to become a pope. So I think that's
that's what I'm saying. Like we've gone past those times when
it depends on conclave, and then I think that Okay, no, there's a Kenyan and then a Nigerian cardinal as well, who are also in conclave. But normally what happens is, it's just like politics. You have to pull a lot of people to your side, because it's going to come down to a vote. If you have about 3 cardinals being put up for papacy, it's going to come down to a vote. And then the number of cardinals you can drag to your side is actually going to push you. So if Cardinal Texing is able to drag a lot of white cardinals to his side, it's going to push him further.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, this politics will not thrive in God's politics. So we pray that, you know, we get some...
Okay, so let's get into our stories for this morning. But we're supposed to talk about the Pope because he's in our top story.
Okay.
President John Dramani Mahama, some world leaders, President John Dramani Mahama, the Vice President, former Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia has also put out, you know, condolences to the Catholic community and to the Vatican City as well. Okay. You know, commiserating the death of the Pope.
Let's get into our stories then.
Yeah, let's get into our stories for this morning. My name is Augustine Adam Kobitu Saint, and start off with the Vatican City, where the Bishop of Rome and the head of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis, has died at the age of 88. Now, the pontiff became the Pope in 2013 after his predecessor, Pope Benedict XVI, resigned. Now, his death was announced by Cardinal Kevin Farrell in a statement released by the Vatican. The process for choosing a new Pope, that is conclave, generally takes place between 15 and 20 days after the death of a pontiff. In recent years, his papacy has been marked by several hospital visits and concerns about his health. On February the 14th, the Pope was admitted to hospital for bronchitis treatment. In the days that followed, the Vatican said that he had been diagnosed with bilateral pneumonia and that he had blood transfusion after the test revealed he had low levels of platelets in his blood, which is associated with anemia. His 38-day hospital stay ended on 20th of March when he made his first public appearance in the 5 weeks on a balcony at the Gemelli, where he smiled and gave a thumbs up to the crowd gathered outside. Now he returned to the Vatican, making a surprise stop at his favorite basilica on his way home before beginning 2 months of prescribed rest and recovery. Now, his predecessor, the late Pope Benedict XVI, became the first pope to reign in more than 3,600 years in 2013, instead of serving for life, and died in 2022. The pope's original name was Jorge Mario Bergoglio, and he previously served as a bishop in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Now, an estimated 1.4 billion Catholics across the world have started mourning the passing of the Pope Francis. Away from that, the former President John Dramani Mahama has expressed his condolences following the passing of the Pope, describing the late pontiff as a global symbol of compassion, humility, and justice. In a message posted on social media shortly after news of the Pope's death broke, President Mahama paid tribute to the Pope's enduring influence. He also extended sympathy on behalf of his family and the people of Ghana to the Roman Catholic community and the wider Catholic Church. And let's walk you through the statement released by the President on X. The world woke up to the sad news of Pope Francis's passing. On behalf of my family and the people of Ghana, I extend heartfelt condolences to the Roman Catholic Church and all Catholic faithful in Ghana during this time of profound grieving. I fondly remember visiting the Vatican with my wife, Lodina, where we had the distinct honor of meeting Pope Francis. His legacy of compassion, humility, and commitment to social justice will continue to inspire generations. His leadership and advocacy for the poor and marginalized resonates deeply. May his soul rest in peace. Hashtag Pope Francis, hashtag Catholic Church, hashtag Ghana. And these are words coming in from President John Dramani Mahama. But the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has also expressed profound sorrow over the passing of His Holiness Pope Francis, describing him as a global icon of peace and inclusiveness. In a statement posted on social media following the announcement of the Pope's death, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said, "It is with grief that I learned of the passing of His Holiness Pope Francis." Now, Dr. Bawumia shared fond memories of a personal meeting with Pope Francis during a visit to the Vatican a year ago, recounting how deeply moved he was by the Pope's gentle spirit and clear moral compass. Let's also walk you through the statement released by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is with deep grief that I learned of the passing of His Holiness Pope Francis. The late Pope was a man of unwavering peace and compassion. He lived a life of inclusiveness and humility, which was admired by many around the world. When I visited him a year ago, he left such a remarkable impression on me as one whose true essence and outlook on life was to live pure and right. I joined the Catholic community in Ghana and the world to mourn this huge loss. Please accept my most sincere condolences. May his legacy inspire us as we continue to pursue our individual mandates on earth. And those are some submissions coming in from the President and the former Vice President of Ghana. But some world leaders have also joined in to express their condolence over the passing of Pope Francis. May his soul continue to rest in peace. Away from that, let's come back to Ghana, where the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa, has directed the immediate revocation of all mining licenses held by Akonta Mining Limited. This follows a series of allegations of illegal mining activities, commonly known as galamsey, and regulatory breaches by the mining company. Now, speaking at a press conference on Monday, April 21st, 2025, the minister disclosed that Akonta Mining has been implicated in a series of unlawful activities, including engaging in galamsey operations and violating established mining regulations. Now, in a damning revelation, Mr. Boa stated that the company has also been illegally selling concessions within the Aboy Forest Reserve to unauthorized miners for up to 300,000 Ghana cedis, and in some cases in exchange for gold royalties. Now, the minister stated that he has directed the immediate revocation of all mining licenses issued to Akonta Mining Company. The Lands Minister added that the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice, Dominic Ayine, has also been briefed and has taken over the investigations for further action. He noted that the Akonta Mining does not have a lease to mine in the Tano Forest Reserve, and their mining activities in the forest are illegal and criminal. Now, early this morning, news sources reveal that Akonta Mining Limited has denied allegations of engaging in illegal mining activities within the Tano Forest Reserve following the revocation of its license by the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa. In response, Akonta Mining issued a statement rejecting the allegations as false and misleading and described the revocation of its license as a breach of natural justice. Now, Akonta Mining also reiterated its commitment to operating within the law and maintaining transparency in its operations. We heard the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources state that some investigations would begin, some arrests have been made, as all will be updated on the processes that would follow this particular conversation. But join us with your thoughts and comments. What do you think about the whole Akonta Mining lease revocation by Ama Kofi-Boa, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources? Let's get into some politics and go to the camp of the NPP, where the 2024 presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, together with the party's leadership, is set to embark on a nationwide thank you tour starting Saturday, 26th April 2025. Now, this tour, which has received the full endorsement of the NPP's National Council, seeks to express the heartfelt gratitude of the presidential candidate, the campaign team, and the party to members of the NPP and the general public for their immense support throughout the 2024 electoral season. The thank you tour, themed "In all things give thanks to God," taken from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, serves as a reflection of the party's faith-based values and acknowledgement of divine guidance throughout the electoral process. The nationwide exercise aims not only to appreciate supporters, but also reinforce unity and the bond between the party's leadership and its grassroots. The tour will conclude with interfaith national Thanksgiving services comprising both Christian and Islamic observances. The tour is scheduled to cover all 16 regions, beginning with the Western region on the 26th of April and concluding in the Central region on the 4th of June 2025. Let's walk you through the statement released by the NPP. NPP 2024 presidential candidate and party leadership embark on nationwide post-election thank you tour. the 2024 presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, together with the national leadership of the party, will embark on a nationwide thank you tour beginning Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025 at the party's headquarters. The tour, which was approved by the National Council, is intended to convey the sincere and heartfelt appreciation of the party, the presidential candidates and the campaign team to the rank and file of the party, as well as the general public, for their unwavering support, encouragement and commitment throughout the 2024 electoral period. The tour, anchored on the theme, "In all things give thanks to God," will culminate in national interfaith Thanksgiving services that include both Christian and Islamic religions, fostering a spirit of gratitude and reflection. Kindly find below for your attention. So it provides a list, like I said, starting off on Wednesday, April 26th to 2025 in the Western region, and concluding on June 4th in the Central region. We want to take a look at this and see when the Vice President or the former Vice President and the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party will be visiting your region. As always, MX24 will be your eyes and ears on ground to bring you updates with regards to this tour starting on the 26th of April 2025. But finally, the minority in Parliament has accused the government of endangering Ghana's mining sector with a string of harmful policies. Now, in the letter dated April 21st, 2025, the opposition warned that the new measures will stifle growth, repeal foreign investment and trigger job losses. The letter addressed to the Ministers for Finance and Lands and Natural Resources called the recent decision potentially dire for Ghana's economy. It was signed by Quarcoo Nkrumah, the ranking member on the Economy and Development Committee of Parliament, Quarcoo Sapong, the ranking member on Lands and Natural Resources Committee, and Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, the ranking member on the Finance Committee of Parliament. Now, the MPs criticized two new tax measures, a 3% growth and stability levy on gross mining volumes introduced in 2025, and other levies set to take effect from 2026 to 2028. They also argued that miners of other minerals who have not seen price hikes are being unlawfully and unfairly burdened by the taxes. The minority called on government to rethink its approach, stating that they want these lease renewals restored, hostile rhetoric toned down, and a clear strategy to support local mining firms put in place. And on your screens are ranking members on Parliament's committee, Quarcoo Nkrumah, Honorable Amin Adam, as well as the former Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, all there on your screens as they have signed a petition, or more or less like a letter to the government, asking it to rethink some of its policies on setting things in the country. We hope to see the trajectory of the conversation. But yeah, Mimi, these are stories that have been trending here in Ghana over the past 24 hours, kind of. Yeah.
Topping the list would definitely be that of the Akonta mining, and we're looking forward to how this story unfolds.
Yeah.
Once they have responded, then which means that they have evidence to show that they have not done anything illegal, and that helps because again we're in a democratic state, and so it's important to hear their side of the story. How come they've been associated to some of these damages, and what it will mean for them to get their licenses back, because I think that's where they're working towards.
Yeah.
But we wish them all the very best. Ghana first, though. No matter what you do, Ghana first. Thank you so much, Auguste, for coming through. We're moving straight to sports right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
welcome back to the AM Club right here on MX24. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah, and we're moving straight to sports right now. It's time to get rewarded as the next big sports betting of influencer with Betway. Place bets and share your codes with friends, fans, and followers. If they place bets using your code, you'll earn 4% of their wager. Doesn't matter if it's a win or lose. If they bet, you can't earn cash, or you will earn cash. And the more people that bet with your code, the more you earn. Start betting, sharing, and winning with Bet Influencer, exclusive to Betway. Terms and conditions definitely do apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Yes, and with Betway, we say get way more. Well, we get into our stories for this morning. Kumasi Asante Kotoko Sporting Club has parted ways with head coach Dr. Prosper Nate Ogum due to poor form in 2024-2025 Ghana Premier League season. Now, the club has dropped from first place to fourth place and is 6 points off league leaders. Bibiani Gold Star Dr. Ogun's team has drawn 2 games, lost 3-0 to Accra Lions and 2-0 to Nations FC in the last 4 games in the Ghana League. Now, away from that, Nottingham Forest secured a crucial victory against Tottenham, boosting their Champions League hopes and sending them to 3rd place in the Premier League. Despite starting 6th, the visitors' determination from the start helped them secure the win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Kawhi Leonard scored 39 points in a 105-102 win for the Los Angeles Clippers against the Nuggets in Game 2 of the first-round playoff series. Leonard, at 33 years old, Finals MVP, is now healthy after missing the first 34 games of the season due to lingering knee issues. sports for this morning. It's time to get rewarded as the next big sports betting influencer with Betway. Place bets and share your codes with friends and fans and followers. If they place bets using your code, you earn 4% of their wager. Doesn't matter if it's a win or lose. If they bet, you earn cash. And the more people that bet with your code, the more you will earn. Start betting, sharing, and winning with a Bet Influencer exclusive to Betway. Betway says bet responsibly. Notes that terms and conditions definitely do apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Now make sure to stay right here. Catch up with all the fun, the breaking news stories, sports, and business inside on mx24online.com. It's time to dive deep. Or to dive deep into entertainment and showbiz right here on the show. Let's get into that right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Everybody, you're welcome to Management right here on the AM Club, the biggest morning show in the country and beyond. Every day, every satellite, it is the AM Club. My name is Daphne Fly. See me here. What do? I give you everything trending in Ghana, in GH, and beyond. And as usual, I get to do it ever beautiful, ever amazing, ever sexy, loving. Miriam Uduak Mensa. Give it up.
Sakawa is not working. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm beautiful. Of course, very blessed.
Right?
And very successful.
Of course.
You wear this hair better than anybody could ever wear it.
Really?
Yeah, this curly hair, you wear it well. Like,
well, you inspired me to get this hair.
Oh, you actually...
On Friday, I went straight
so it's new.
I went straight to a workshop. You didn't know I was watching you.
I hope you didn't spend too much.
No, you didn't know I was watching you. I was watching this. Achalugo.
I will marry you.
Chalugo.
No.
I will just marry you. I'll buy
You buy my hair.
Chalugo.
I'm glad. I'm just praying that you didn't spend a fortune on it.
Oh, no.
It's reasonable.
Yeah,
you deserve to spend on yourself anyway, but I mean.
Definitely.
No, you look amazing in this. You look amazing in this. I thought I'd seen you wear something like this before.
It was short. That's really short, yeah.
Why are we talking about hair this morning? Anyway, you know, girls, women. So, yeah.
We're moving on to our stories today, and we're talking about Bimbo Ademoye. Now,
She vex for you people.
We people? What did our people do?
You people that you have take
First of all, can we
talk about Bimbo's body? This is no surgery. This is one
It's not fair.
I will marry you.
It's not fair. Oh, girl.
She's fine.
She's fine. And congratulations to her on her new movie, Broken Hallelujah. Have you watched it?
I'm about to watch two movies on YouTube, Broken Hallelujah and Manhood by Jamaica.
I want you to watch Broken Hallelujah.
Yes.
Because I know that after you are done, you know the way you are Jesus, baby. I promise you that after you are done watching, you can't put it on your status and you write, because on a day-to-day basis, I get inspiration from your status. If you guys don't have Mimi's number, you should get it. You wake up in the morning, you're feeling like the faithfulness of God is already on your life because of Mimi's status. Yeah.
Okay, it's offering time.
So, but she's not happy, especially with Ghanaian TV stations.
Yeah.
We just want to apologize. We are sorry, ma.
We are sorry.
We are very, very sorry.
We are not like that.
We are not like that.
It's irresponsible people that are making us do this.
Because
they don't take our movies to do anything.
You know?
Because people don't produce correctly.
And you know, when I was watching the video, and I saw the video, the first thing I said, Ghana crowd, we should do some. Let's do some so that we can watch our own and then, you know, be happy about our own. Now, she mentioned TV stations in Ghana. Who is the one choking here? If I catch
this is the 4th time I have seen a Nigerian producer come out.
Omoni
Oboli came out. Funke came out at some point. Jamaica came out at some point because he produced a movie that you people decided to steal and not give him credit or money. I hope he has sued you. And then Bimbo Ademoye. I think it's very unfortunate.
Right. Apart from that, she talked about the fact that because people want to get traction on their movie, they take her picture and then put it like in the as if that is the movie they're about to. I don't know how she said it, but you know, like you go on. Sometimes the pictures is the first thing that makes you want.
Your thumbnail.
Oh, thank you, baby.
On YouTube. We're talking YouTube, so it's a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a different movie.
No, she spoke about everything altogether. The fact that there are Ghanaian TV stations. She mentioned like 2 or 3.
Other names?
Yeah.
Give me names.
Hey!
No, give me names.
So that they'll come and say that.
They didn't see it on social media before.
Well, so she mentioned the names in Ghana, and she also went ahead to say that you know, there are YouTubers who, because they want to get enough traction on their movies or on their channel, they use her picture for thumbnail, and then they actually get the title of her movie, put it there. Then when you click it, it is not that one. She mentioned names of those YouTubers too, and she said that is her hard work. She works so hard.
Yeah, she does.
People think she just gets these actors for free. She pays them, whether you are her friend, her best friend, her brother. Once you're in the movie, she's going to pay you. Now, after she pays you, even production, sometimes they have to work late, all her hard work, just for credit, not even credit, just for you to respect that this is her intellectual property. And on top of that, every single time she has a new movie out, she actually trademarks the titles. She goes through all these things so she doesn't have a problem with any film authority or whatever. So after she does all these things, then you guys want to play around with her like that. It was really, really sad. In fact, she said that first thing, do you know what she wanted to do? if you want to show her movie, you come and we'll talk about it. And she said, "Now, on your cry, on your cry."
and some stations need to be sued for that thing they're doing. It's just a lot of hard work that goes into what you call it, producing those movies, and it shouldn't be treated like that.
Okay, so let's quickly get into it. Nollywood actress and filmmaker Bimbo Aishat Ademoye has taken a firm stance against Ghanaian TV stations and YouTube channels for airing her movies without permission. She wants stations, including the name of the stations, to stop showing her films, stating that her offer to collaborate and find a proper arrangement is now off the table. Bimbo Ademoye also exposed YouTube channels for content theft, using her titles and thumbnails to promote their different content, and vowed to take action to take them down. She emphasized that she won't let others profit from her hard work and intellectual property, declaring, "Let the battle begin," as she is prepared to escalate the matter to top authorities if the infringement continues. Let's take a look at the video.
Okay, like a movie Homecoming and then The Homecoming. That one is fine. But when you use my actual title and my thumbnail, then we have a problem. Then you now proceed to be evil and upload my film on your channel without my consent. I spent millions of naira making this movie. You know what it means to cast top actors? They charge me, and I gladly pay because they bring their A game. Then I'll now do all of that day and night. Sometimes we don't sleep. Crew members will suffer. They won't go home. We just walk round the clock. Then you will now sit down at the comfort of your home and lift my film and put on your channel. That TV station in Ghana, I'm talking to you. Don't put my movie up. I didn't give you permission to. I don't even want, before I was even like, well, at least talk to me. Let's discuss on how we can both share. I don't want your money. Don't put my movie up. All the TV stations in Ghana that put my movie, I didn't give you permission to. Don't put my movie up. Ayodeji Films. You don't put my movie up, but you put my thumbnail and my title, and then you pretend like it's a part 2. I'm warning you. Actually, you're the one I'm looking for because I want to use you as an example. Ayodeji Films. I'm calling you out. And the crazy thing is, you don't even do a review. I know people that do reviews of my movie. I see them. I love them. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. But Ayodeji, you post and you talk a lot of trash. Let me give you an example of what you do. So guys, have you seen this beautiful movie? It's a lovely movie. It's a nice movie. So the movie is nice. Tell us what to think about the movie. That's not a review. You're talking bullshit. And using our thumbnail for clickbait. Don't put up, don't use my, Ayodeji Films, don't review my movie. Don't talk about my film. Because when I take your channel down or I have you picked up and arrested, nobody should come and cry wolf and say Bimbo is actually using power to intimidate anybody. Because I'm warning you now. The TV station in Ghana, you're not untouchable. You're not unreachable. Stop uploading my movies on your channel. Those of you that use my thumbnail and my title and you use another film, I don't care if I'm in the film. Don't use my thumbnail. It's my intellectual property. It's mine. And I'm not giving you permission to use it. Please. I've had sleepless nights. My eyes are red. I haven't slept. I've been working on PR. I've been spending money. My family, my father, my nephew, my sister.
Okay. My family, my father, my nephew, my sister, my cousin.
Where are you driving at? Message clear. I hope these channels take like. If we're going to look at it, it's those up and coming ones. So they're the ones who do that, because I watched the whole Aquaman on a certain station. The way I personally wanted to sue that station.
You wanted to see on behalf of
the producers, because we were going to the cinema to go and watch Aquaman.
Oh my God! So that means that they literally took the whole excitement of going to the cinema to get.
The way I vexed that time, because you know it has to be exclusive. You have to pay money to the cinema to get that work to get that movie, to watch that movie. That didn't pin me pass. The first one that you mentioned, that one. The one the first one. The one with the D. They are the ones who did that job.
They did that.
They did that.
They are not afraid of anything. After money called them out. They
It's wrong.
Definitely.
It's wrong.
It's wrong. It's
Anywho.
wrong. Anyway, we're moving on to some international stories. This is international, but we're moving on to like more international.
I can't say that Nigeria is not international.
That's why I say it's
Better for you.
international.
Better for you in court.
Hey. Your Honor, I plead the fifth.
Better for you
I
in
plead
court.
the fifth. Anyway, moving on, and we're talking about Hailey Bieber. Now, Hailey Bieber has spoken. She actually posted a photo on Instagram where, after giving birth, months, later, her tummy was still like this, and she said that it's because, labor and birth and whatever resulted in ovarian cysts.
Oh.
Yes, 2 ovarian cysts in there. And so she said that she's working towards it, whether it's surgery, whether it's, anything, working towards it to get it done. And so let's quickly get into it. Hailey Bieber, 28, has opened up about her health struggles after being diagnosed with 2 ovarian cysts less than a year after giving birth to her son, Jack Blues Bieber, with husband Justin Bieber. She shared a candid photo on Instagram story showing her visibly swollen belly and Rhodes currently have 2 ovarian cysts. If you deal with ovarian cysts, I'm right there with ya. Ovarian cysts are fluid-filled sacs that can cause pain, nausea, and emotional distress. Although they are often common and resolve on their own, Hailey has experienced ovarian cysts before, mentioning she's had them a few times and finds them never fun. This recent health update comes after she suffered a mini stroke in 2022, which led to the discovery of a heart condition called patent foramen oval PFO. Yeah, she's going through it.
No, she's going through it.
Apart from that, that's it. That's it over there. That's it over there. Wow. Apart from that, let's talk about the whole Bieber family. They're going through it. Have you seen Justin lately? We don't know if it's depression or if it's what. The other time he came out to say that he's not even in love with Hailey. I don't think he means any of the things that he said. And I think it's because till now people are still not over the fact. Yes, they are not over the fact that Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez are over. Like when we were kids, like let these people rest. Let them rest. Like, well.
Someone told me that, someone asked me, same on the Bieber issue, that is it better to find God or to stay in your darkness and pretend you don't know that there's a God to go to?
No, but Then
let me just land, please. Okay. So, and I answered him that, you see, when something good is leaving your hands, how do you feel about it?
Of course.
Yeah. So the devil is not going to back down on the fight to have Justin Bieber. He's not going to back down. So the battle now is between God and Satan. And Justin has to stand firm so that he doesn't fall and accidentally fall in the hands of the devil. If you fall in the hands of God, it's good. But when you're falling, you fall right in the hands of the devil. So I think there's a time that the family needs to come together and continue to pray. Continue to see God. Because that turnaround wasn't a joke. The devil really wanted him down there, wasted, and he become part of statistics of young or child actors who have turned drug addicts. But it didn't end up like that. Do you think the devil is happy? No. So definitely, and you know that their separation was needed because they were not good for each other. They were not good for each other. They were done. That relationship was done. It was done. They needed to move on. Look at them in their separate relationships. They're doing very fine.
Have you seen the interview where Selena was talking about her fiancé?
Yeah.
When the fiancé was, talking about things she needs and it was going viral. Everyone was happy. But before that, a lot of people had a lot of things to say. Why him, Selena? Well,
he's a good man.
He's a good man.
He's a good man. He treats her well.
He's a good man. He treats her well. So
I think there's prayers up for them. We wish her a speedy recovery. It's a lot.
I hope you fast on their behalf.
And yeah. Oh, God is doing the work.
But I hope you fast on their behalf.
As what? As I am a who?
Just in PR. Ghana PR.
Oh, great.
Well,
I mean, if God touches my heart to fast for them, you never know.
I'm going to pray that God touches your heart.
To fast for them. Fasting is easy.
Yeah.
I literally fast every day.
Fasting is easy.
It's easy.
Okay.
It's
Then
easy.
I guess I have a lot of work.
Fasting is easy. To eat is difficult for me.
Okay.
To eat is very difficult for me.
Okay.
Because I have to figure out what I want to eat. Then now go and get it or cook it. Then now sit down and eat. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
That's
yeah,
fine.
So fasting is easier.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had an amazing time today on the Entertainment News segment. My name is Daphne Flashy. I'll come your way same time tomorrow, but don't forget to follow us on all our social media pages at MX24GH. And remember that you can also visit the website just in case you missed today's episode of the Entertainment News segment. My name is Daphne Flashy. One more time, enjoy the rest of the show. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Daphne, for coming through. In today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal to achieving success. This is why we have thoughtfully designed our corporate health insurance plans to empower your employees and boost your organization's performance. Now, with Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary insurance. It represents a commitment to the future of your company. Our plans are individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive coverage and exceptional benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tasks and premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, we are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey. Please feel free to reach out to us on 050-1515124 or 0539135073 so that we can further enhance the level of service we provide to you. Equity Health Insurance, we say always here for you. Now, are you looking for the best value data and voice offers that are tailored to your unique needs? At Telecel, we understand everyone has their own preference. That's why we have the unbeatable Made-for-Me bundles made just for you. The Made-for-Me bundles are affordable, customized data and voice packages personalized for you and your loved one. Now, simply dial *530#. That is *530# or download the Telecel Play app to subscribe to a special Made-for-Me bundle. Telecel, connecting energies. Now, that's about it for Coffee Daily right here on the AM Club. We move straight to Lifestyle Daily right after this short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Family member there, ebe ya kpere nyina me okay. Ya me kpledu, me va no gbo me no school le waya. Me gava le school yo. Ya me va kpon tu vide. Ya be ya kpede nyunu. Ne mai de school, ne me dola ya dem. Ama bo okay. Ta me no school kaka abe chole JHS 1. Kaka me va do JHS 2 third term. Mi angulo exam mi ide form 3. Ape me fofu. Ke me va jide vivo. Vigneto enola be ne ho de Vietnam. Benema guma ba ngulo bisi ka ke egbe be ma ho de vio ya mo bo ke no anye sigbela ke ma 9 no ye me kpo gare la na ma ide do srope me ba kpo gare ya mo bo okay ma kwa akoko ide do srope ga ke me va bia be leke neni wa kola sia ega ke wo yola ni be game desi we me boke ke makoko va start business. Ni be nkwenye at the Pon Georgina me wana Indomie.
Georgina wants to learn work, wants to learn either sewing or hairdressing, but the money wasn't enough, and she decided to start it with something at the roadside by frying yam. But by the grace of God, if what she needs, she's able to get it, then she can go for what she is willing to do.
Georgina, na enye ma dala kwa engba problem do fia abe leti eve na to eke.
Tameno koli ko chejira ya me ba ko rice play beans check over kpedenu gake a ono play kaka evaro te fedo me gatele rice play beans e flo me ba tasi e mo ki ma ko Indomie ko kpedenu tameto na koli ko lendini ejira na Indomie play spaghetti ele fian yimi to wo be enula si ho tanu nyebe mejira no sigbela nyebe kpodeji ki he me kpona mega gboga kokoko inade asieme yi aga koko ba play enuwe me kona egala eyanye nke mi gazana la peme mi ko ina market mi koko ba play na mi ape nududuwe nke mi zana la peme mi koko ko dunanu mi ko play na mi ape awuweche ekade me no ni penu jirape ya amado eva obe yuwenye Ghana gross ya over furunam kocho nyepe business enu eleke ma akoko jira nyepe nuwe be work bede nyunu amabo okay every number over grow number work bede nyunu
No ha menu ke la sister Georgina ra na mi akpasire njajena hu makpede hu ya chene kpede hu ye be wanyo ni mi abete ni ya pete mi akpongo gbe yi
mana enu oklo nyebe evelia be no like no be ajira no mega probe tepiela mele afochota imajira no aha ne jawagba ne dun sero ku ne glo ne koko akoko jira no ba o mi se ya cha kpona ne le etomi. If I can do it, you can also do it. Ghana Grows Hope Day.
Ghana Grows Hope Day.
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet saver, win, even if your bet misses.
This is a call to you. The dreamers. The ones that see no boundaries.
Dreamers take a chance.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Unlock the vibes, connect the energy.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Get connected, feel the vibe.
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box?
Catch the wave, enjoy the ride.
To the architects of their journeys. Every connection is an opportunity to explore every experience. This is your call to adventure. Your journey begins here. Be bold, be daring, be free. Connecting passions, connecting dreams, connecting ambitions. Telecel Energies.
Hey guys, let's take a selfie.
Oh, wait.
Woo! It's a video!
We the young are not a complicated bunch.
You see, we take each day as a clean slate. Why turn down the volume when you can turn up the vibe? This land wants you to live in the here and now.
The coolest.
There's so much more to see. Come journey with us.
Michael has been exceptional, surpassed all his targets. Let's hear from this year's Staff of the Year.
This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of studying together just to ace those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles. You were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
you know, our minister had to revoke some licenses, some leases, yeah, and also start making decisions to make the earth that we live on, especially here in Ghana, a healthy one. And so please stay connected as we learn and unlearn those very outdated norms of handling ourselves on this earth. Okay, let's make this place a better place for ourselves. Before we get into a big conversation for this morning, Equity Health Insurance says they have something amazing for us. They call this Equity Micro Health Plan. Now, healthcare should be affordable and accessible to everyone, regardless of financial status. With this in mind, Equity Health Insurance introduces the Micro Health Plan, a cost-effective health insurance solution tailored for market traders, artisans, small business owners, and low-income earners. Now, for as little as 52 Ghana cedis per month, you get access to outpatient and inpatient care, consultation with accredited health professionals, emergency medical assistance, essential medications, and diagnostic tests. The Micro Health Plan is built to ease the burden of healthcare costs, ensuring that quality medical services are within reach for individuals and families. Now, secure your health today. Contact us on 050-933-9414, 050-9969-010 to enroll today. I'm going to take the final number again. That's 050-9969-010. Equity Health Insurance, we say always here for you. Now, with Jibu Water, staying refreshed has never been easier. Jibu Water provides clean, healthy water you can trust as your go-to source for drinking and cooking. Now, to grab your Jibu Water today, call us on 020-9845-817. That's 020-9845-817. To order today, or visit our website at www.jibuco.com/GH for more information about our brand. Jibu Water, a better life. Now, today at World Earth Day. Oh, it's a mouthful. World Earth Day. And I have my guests seated already. They're ready to answer the questions, to talk to us about how to live a healthy life, build a very safe environment for us all. And so I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. This morning, I know they can introduce names, I can say. I'm going to start from my right. Please introduce yourselves to us.
Good morning to your viewers. My name is Robert Mills-Lamptey. I am the Partnerships and Campaigns Lead at Mayekoo.
Okay. And my beautiful lady.
Yes, a very good morning to you and happy Earth Day, everyone watching. My name is Miracle Naza Agbata, and I'm the operations lead at Mayekoo.
Miracle, wow, what's a name? Wonderful name, I love it. And you, sir?
Hi, thanks for having us, and good morning to your lovely viewers. My name is Richmond K. Quarcoo.
Yeah.
I'm the director at Plastic Punch, NGO using citizen science to inspire behavioral change.
NGO doing what again?
Using citizen science.
What is citizen science?
So citizen science pretty much is doing science with the community or with the public, without them realizing or not realizing, practically them realizing, and being part of a solution with really basic activities.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. So today we are marking World Earth Day. I told you it's a mouthful. Who's just experiencing that?
World Earth Day.
World Earth Day. World Earth Day.
Yeah.
But we're marking World Earth Day, and we're talking all the devastating issues happening to our Earth, what we could do to make it better, where we have come to. Because I was just saying earlier that just yesterday we saw our Minister for Lands and Natural Resources cry on national television. Our guy is crying because look at how Ghana has become. I'm saying this in a very sarcastic tone. Because, I mean, look at what is happening with our water bodies, our forest reserves, and how far we've come. We've been drumming this Stop Galamsey for years, but worse and worse and worse, and it was rather unfortunate to watch that happen. But let's get into our conversation for this morning. What is so important to focus on beaches and water bodies and again, marking World Earth Day? Why is it so important? Why do we even have to have a whole song by the legendary Michael Jackson? I mean, why is it so important? Let's start with you, please.
All right, thank you very much. I mean, I will start with the Earth. I mean, it is our home. We have no planet B. It's important to remind ourselves that this is our only home until probably we find life on Mars or some other planets. We are trapped here. And why our oceans, our beaches, etc., very important. I mean, the ocean is 70%. I mean, the whole Earth is 70% water. And this ocean plays a very big role in keeping that balance in the ecosystem, from absorbing our CO2 to regulating pretty much ocean temperatures, rising sea levels, all these things which are affecting the ocean right now. Most of it is, though there's natural climate change, most of these human-induced activities which is forcing the ocean to really change quickly. We are seeing our brothers and sisters in Qatar experiencing sea level rise and tidal waves, wiping off communities. We are also experiencing pretty much different reactions because of our interaction with the ocean system. So this is a day set aside to remind us that, yes, these natural systems are around us. There's the forest, which is very important to protect. We have the ocean systems where most of our livelihood, from crude oil to food to medicine, so much we depend on these ecosystems. And somehow we turn a blind eye on its protection, and it plays a very huge role in our existence, generally as humanity. And this is why it's important that we take very seriously these natural resources, which when we look at the mass of these things, it only makes sense to protect them as much as we can for the next generation.
Now, when you look at what we're dealing with, what are the most urgent threats facing these natural resources that we have? As somebody with the ocean bias, I would really speak on the
beaches. Yes, exactly. We really face these triple planetary threats, we call them. And the triple planetary threats, we have climate change, which is really happening fast. There's biodiversity loss. We are losing a lot of biodiversity from fishes. Ghana is home to endangered species of turtles. We are losing turtles. We are losing so much in terms of what the biodiversity in the ocean is. One obvious one is also plastic pollution or marine pollution, for which plastic is what you would visibly see. I mean, go to the beaches, look on the streets, look in the gutters, you see all these single-use plastics, a lot of things which would have been otherwise avoided, littering and affecting people's livelihoods, communities where people cannot even get fish anymore, etc. Other communities where all fisher folks have to leave to another country to go in search of fish. So, I mean, these are the triple planetary crises that really faces the ocean systems. When we come on land, there's this issue of galamsey. And, I mean, just adding to all the revoking of licenses by the minister yesterday, I think what is really important for us to do as a country is to repeal that ally. That gives the presidents the power to, or anyone the power to let or give licenses to mining reserves.
I agree.
I mean, if you repeal this ally, we don't have to be revoking licenses.
At all.
So I think we should just bite or go straight to the solution and stop playing around with the future generation and the minds of vulnerable Ghanaians.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Now how does pollution on land end up in our water bodies? Because I'm thinking about it, right? I remember when we were young in school, we were taught that if you don't sweep your homes and you keep your house dirty, the water will, when it rains, the water will sweep the dirt into our water, and then it will now come back to us through our tap. And we thought it was a lie. Who's going to take that one for me? I'm going to stay with you. You know the conversation we had earlier, right? I'm going to stay with you.
All right, so, I mean, from what we do at Plastic Punch with our citizen science, and pretty much citizen science, one of the most popular activities we do are like beach cleanups. Go there and understand what is polluting and who is polluting. The data set is telling us that 70 to 80% of the things we are finding on our beaches is linked to the things we are using inland. So we are finding things like water sachet, PET bottles or water bottles, all these beverage bottles from the different brands. You have a lot of styrofoam and these and all these black plastic bags and single-use plastics and all this. bags, which are very dangerous to health, that we take food in. We'll be getting a lot of cancer soon in the next 10 years, which is true because
I hear prophets of doom. Now, you know what's sad is that in other jurisdictions, they are introduced to options. We haven't exactly been introduced to options. The options available are quite expensive. And not affordable to, like, you know, the paper bags and what have you. For a business to run on paper bags, that's a lot of money. So I think it works both ways. Even though we want to create a healthy environment, this is where the government comes to play again. Where they make access to these things very affordable. So businesses can use that option instead of focusing, because this is cheaper to handle. This thank you rabbits. they are more easier. So please go ahead.
So exactly, so it is a clear manifestation that the things we use online, however we manage it in our homes, and also goes to demonstrate that we have the underlying issue of poor waste management in the country. I don't know how we manage our waste at home, but people manage it differently, from informal to formal to different sectors. And really that is the underlying problem, that we are not able to manage our waste properly. And then somehow, some people also do not have access to these waste management systems. And then they have to throw their trash into big drains, into gutters, into all these places, for which finds its way finally on the ocean, really affecting our tourism, affecting people's livelihoods, and really giving a very bad impression of our beautiful country, Ghana. So we can do better.
We definitely can do better, and I see how passionate you are about the conversation. I'm going to go back to my Mayekoo squad, where you are into crowdfunding. And one of your biggest projects will be the beach cleanup exercise. When is the next one coming?
So we're having one this Saturday. To commemorate World Earth Day. We're doing this in partnership with Ecozel, Reformation Community, the Polo Beach Club, the community itself. We don't want to just go, because we're doing it on the stretch of the Labadi beach, and we don't just want to go there because there's a lot of private suites on that beach as well, and they have a lot of boys on that stretch. So we want to bring together the community while we bring together the private owned suites on the beach, and then Ecozel, who is in charge of making sure that the beach is cleaned well, and then an organization that's our partner called the Community. We are all coming together. We'll be having about 150 volunteers on the field on that day.
151.
151, of course, and everybody here to join us to, clean the beach. We do some education and then also do some sensitization with the community members.
Now, so again, you do a lot of other charity projects, but this one is one that you're very much known for. Why was it so important to get into something like this? Again, I've asked him, he's given us some statistics that shows that everybody needs to come on board, but what has the impact been, and why are you always motivated to go back to effect this change if you can?
Okay.
You want to take that or you want to take that?
Sure, I can. Okay. I mean, the environment. We talking about the earth. Or caring about the earth is really we caring about ourselves. And Mayekoo is very passionate about making change in the communities that we live in. One of just our projects, our focus is to raise funds for social impact organizations, but one of just our projects would be the environmental sustainability aspect of what we do. And we do this by partnering with organizations, institutions, and individuals, and corporate organizations, of course, to clean the beaches of Accra. And we have like a platform where people could actually donate to this cause as well. So we want to make positive change and a great impact in the lives of the people in Accra. Not just Accra, in Ghana, because we've done some beach cleanups out of Accra, especially in the coastal areas. So this is why we're really doing this.
Now, a follow-up to that. So you have this for how many years, especially the beach cleanup?
3 years.
3 years. What has the impact been? Have you come back to any of the beaches and be like, isn't that this place that we cleaned last week or a month ago? Have you ever had that experience, and has it ever discouraged you from going back to make it work again?
Well, the truth is, each time we go back, we see even more plastic, more waste on the beach. But what really drives us to do this more and more is the impact it has on the community members. Like Robert said, we work hand in hand with them to clean the beaches along with our mechanized beach rakes. So whenever volunteers or community members come on board and they see the tons of trash, that plastic waste on beach, they're like, wow, how did all this get here? And just like Richmond said, it's all connected. Trash from the streets, inside the gutters, the river bodies, and ultimately the beach. And so it sort of let them really think about their actions when they go back. And they are able to communicate this with their friends, their family. I mean, it's small actions, but it has ripple effects. From there, one person takes charge, and then, you know, the ripple effect is seen through. So that impact that we see, it motivates us, it drives us to keep going back every weekend, 4 times in a week, as much as possible to do our cleanups. Some say it's not sustainable, but together with education, community advocacy, I believe this is the best way we can plastic manage.
And the fact is that even if you wanted to, if you're trying to touch the whole of Ghana, you might not be able to do one community for so long. But the more you educate these people, and I like that you include the education as well, the more you educate them over time, one person will say that it's wrong. And then another person will accept that it is wrong. And then we get that, like you say it so well, ripple effect on every single person in the community. It might take time because, you know, it's behavioral change. It takes time, but maybe in the next couple of years, we might see some very impactful change in the lives of these communities. Now, to simple things we can do to curb this situation, to reduce, especially plastic footprint. You know, see. This one pain me past. Because it's almost as if a lot of work has been, the education has been. Before Mayekoo came, there are a lot of people who were advocates of clean beaches. But here we go back again. How do we drastically reduce this?
I'm happy you asked this question. How do we drastically reduce this? And for us at Plastic Punch, our model is specifically towards action. You don't even have to use the product to start thinking about how we're going to manage it, where's the recycling facility. And change starts with us. I mean, so I think we should make this clear already that there's a difference between rubber and plastics. Rubber is from a plant.
Yes.
Plastic is a byproduct of fossil fuel. So it's like the same thing used to make kerosene, petrol, is the same thing which is used to make this plastic. Now, goes to the reduction, and I would make the link. So, when I was growing up in Ghana, I remember anytime I have to go get food, I go with my own bowl. And these are some of the things we should go back to. Go with your own bowl to go and get food. You're not only protecting yourself, you're also protecting the environment. How you are protecting yourself is that by going with your own bowl, you're not going to take all these single-use plastics, where they put all this abenkwai and all this rice and wache, hot food in plastic, single-use plastic. Now what is happening there is it's leaching all these additives into the food. And we've found microplastics in so many brains, in placenta, etc. This means that we'll be getting some variations of diseases in the next years coming if we do not curb this. So that is one way we can already reduce. Take your own boat to the market. Secondly, invest in a reusable bag. It doesn't even have to be a new one. It can be a basket. It can be a fabric bag. Anytime you go to the shop, and we're doing this in Ghana when I was growing up.
Yes. Do you remember that bread bag?
Exactly, yes. You have your bread bag.
Like, you will not leave my house without that bag if you're going to buy something for my mom. Like, you know, wow.
Exactly. And really, that is all we need to do. It's Sankofa. We need to really, when you're going to the market, go with your own reusable bag or your basket. This way, you can take everything inside that bag. One reusable bag is reducing as much as 10,000 single-use plastics that you would have used in a year. So one person, you are reducing 10,000 of these black polythene bags, which sometimes they even triple or quadruple. So that is another way that we can reduce. The last one is obviously contacts, I would say, is contact to clean drinking water. A lot of us really want to get clean drinking water, and this is why people go for sachet and bottles. We should invest in reusable or like dispensers, like you have here at MS24. Everybody has their bottles, and then you get to fill these, and then you reduce how much plastics you come into contact with.
So we are contributing to reducing plastic in the world.
Yes, you are.
To add to what he said, one of the ways that we could also suggest being implemented, you even mentioned that to make reusable packaging products cheaper or more affordable. Because, I mean, if it's affordable, it becomes a better option, right? And goes a long way to reduce because if the black polythene bag is cheaper to get or more accessible to get, the wache seller, even though after putting wache in the ahaban, will put it in a plastic, bag, it wouldn't happen that way. At least there would be. Why are paper bags so expensive in Ghana? And why are students not also being taught or being sensitized about this? We can form green clubs in schools. This is a more sustainable way to use the word catch them young, to get them involved and knowing what's really happening around them. You know, water conservation, talking about planting in schools, talking about using the reusable bottles that we are talking about. So all of these things go a long way to curb the situation. It's not going to happen today, but as we are educating each other, as we're going into communities, you know, bringing corporate organizations especially to social impact organizations like us to partner, go into the communities, do some CSR, do some sensitization in those communities to get people, you know, to see that, oh, okay, so we are not really alone in this situation. And, you know, it would really help, you know, bridge the gap between the global talks and local realities. There's a lot of economic issues going on down there, and if they are not really being sensitized about even what they are doing in their daily lives, going a long way to affect them in the future, they wouldn't know about it because them they go through a lot.
For sure. And I know we talked about some of the stories of, listen, we came here, cleaned this beach, and then came back and it's still very deep. But have we ever had any success story of a beach we went to clean up and got back there and the people were successfully implementing all the education given to them? Have we ever had that? So that we can clap for that community. Have we ever had that?
Yeah, we I mean, we've been doing this for 7 years with the citizen science approach, and we've had some successes in two communities we serve, actually. One is the Quarcoo municipality, that's in Nungwa. And what happened is when we got there was a lot of PET bottles on the beach, really a lot. So then we link these communities to recycling facilities. We don't believe in recycling anyway, but it's part of the solution. So we link the communities.
You're going to tell me why you don't believe in it, so
okay. And then within a period, we got there, and then now you find less PET bottles. People have found an economic stream around it. You have the Metropolitan Health Officer, Paulina Kuka, saying on tape that they have not experienced any issues of flooding since 2019. That goes to tell that, yes, these awareness concepts and knowledge goes a long way. Really understanding the problem goes a long way to solve issues in these communities that we serve.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad that we're getting some success stories, because I needed us to give ourselves some hope. Because sometimes when you're doing something and you're not getting good results, it's almost as if you're throwing, you know, your resources away, and it doesn't help. Now, how does climate change affect water temperatures and marine biodiversity? You talked about marine biodiversity earlier, so I'm going to have a skip that. But water temperature, because again, that affects the fishes that we have in the sea. We don't get enough because the temperature is not as good for them. I'm giving you classics thing that I learned. So you're going to tell us the degree level education on how water temperature. Again, it's all bordering on climate change. Yes.
Yeah. So rising sea temperatures is a reality. It is a reality, and to keep it really, to draw the line between those who don't believe in climate change or not, I am coming from the perspective that there's going to be climate change anyway, and that's the reality. Because of the plate tectonics, the planets are always moving in according to marine geology, and that's the truth. Everything is in motion. So our continents are moving. There's going to be drifts, and these are going to give effects and stuff like this. So there's always a natural climate change. The climate now will be different from what's going to be 10,000 years. However, this is happening very fast. And this is because of human activities,
Yeah.
like our over-reliance on fossil fuel. We are taking too much fossil fuel from the floor to power our cars, to power engines, everything. This is just an example. Now, what all these industrial systems does is it goes to emit a lot of gases in their processes, so all the CO2 and other emission gases. And then you have all these glaciers in the North Pole and the South Pole, which are melting because the temperature is increasing the volume of the water, causing this sea level rise and these tidal waves. However, there's still these rising sea temperatures because then it's melting faster, it's getting hotter, so then the water is also absorbing all these. The ocean is one of the biggest absorbents of all these stress dimensions. Then it comes to us at the end of the day. Fishes also have to adjust, and really on the bigger frame of climate change and ecosystem destruction, some materials that we create also, like plastics for example, is destroying the ecosystems. Quick example would be, let's say you have a floating plastic bag over here and it's floating in the ocean, it's going to move with the current. Now, as it moves, it could pick an organism from this spot, which is home to this spot. And because it's moving, by the time that plastic gets to Nigeria, it would have moved organisms from Ghana waters to Nigerian waters. Now, it has to survive. It's going to create a bloom in the ecosystem over there. The temperature is probably also okay for it. And then you have another species invading the natural habitat over there, invasive alien species. So, I mean, these are some of the after effects, but really there's a lot of system and environmental dynamics coming together, and this also goes a long way to tell us why we should keep our trees and why we should keep our forest reserves and why we should keep all these things, the Amazon forest, all forests around the world. I mean, this is the part where we are all trying to work hard to safeguard the next generation, and we should all feel part of the process and that change, because these threats are really real.
Yeah. And when we're talking about these massive changes that we want to see in the near future, we can't have this conversation without having to consider technology. How are we employing technology to help drive this? And I'm going to have you speak on it, but at Mayekoo, are we employing any new technology to help us make this a little bit more easier? Are we looking at doing that in the near future?
Yes, so in the long term for Mayekoo, currently what we do is we have a tractor and a beach rake that goes on the beach to help us sweep the trash off the beach. But in the long term, we're also thinking about employing the services of a trash boom that separates the trash at the water part, especially the lagoon entries or lake entries into the sea. So the trash booms will separate the plastic waste or whatever trash that is supposed to go into the ocean.
I'm sorry, is that what we see in China, where it's like a big net?
Yes,
it just collects everything, so it doesn't enter into the water.
Yes,
is that
that's what it does. So it just separates every trash from getting into the sea. So these are some of the things that we're doing and something that we're looking at doing in the long term. So we definitely, employ everybody or encourage everybody to go on the Mayekoo website and support such an initiative like the Mayekoo initiative, and also employ everybody to donate to other environmental sustainability and related fundraisers on the Mayekoo website. And corporate organizations should reach out to Mayekoo and other social impact organizations in this area to partner and do something, because these things are expensive. Employing these tech into this kind of work that we do. What we do is fully out of love for our planet. So it takes money to get what we love to be implemented. So we also encourage social impact organizations and corporate organizations to partner to get this done.
I love that. You are in that space as well. Any technology you are trying to invest in or thinking of investing in the future to help make this work easier?
Yeah, that's great. So thanks for this question. So with our focus at Plastic Punch on reduction, we've been asking ourselves the last 4 or 5 years, how can we create materials which looks and feels like plastic, but from vegetal fiber? So we've been working with the University of California in San Diego, with ISTOM in France, with Notpla in the UK, and we have different concepts of products. We have styrofoam or food packaging, which is made from seaweed, cotton, from sugarcane, biogas. We've also done further research into hemp. Most of the post-harvest loss we find over here, cassava, and pretty much at that level where we need to properly set up the facility.
Okay.
Second innovation is we realized that most of the trash we find is linked to clean drinking water. People want to have water to drink, so bottles and sachet. So we have this water vending machines or water ATMs. We call them Insopa. We would have one installed at the Tema Station and one at the Junction Mall soon. So just come check it out. Just come with your reusable bottle. And then just with a swipe of an RFID card, you'll be able to get clean drinking water. With a project we're involved with the Ministry of Environment in Germany, which is Protego, for which Plastic Punch is part of the consortium, and I'm the country director, we'll be making available 80,000 euros for innovators and people who are passionate also about solving such issues to apply. And so they should keep up to our pages and apply and propose to us solutions, specifically in Tema and Adan, for which we are working in Ghana. And if you are motivated to join our work in Nigeria and Insidon and Ajegule, that's also another 80,000 euros for these two countries. So innovators, we are really open to diverse forms of technologies and solutions that could help mitigate these threats.
So you're actually really making this thing a little bit easier so those who are passionate about making the environment a better place, then you've made funds available to access. Interesting, but your idea should be realistic.
It has to be realistic.
Yeah, it has to be realistic. I like my generation. We think wild.
Yeah.
And the way we think, it's almost as if the solutions are in 2035.
Exactly.
Because we think wild. But before we get into the rest of my questions, before we wrap up the conversation, I saw you came with some cute little bottles. Bottles like this. Once I see them, I'm thinking about cream, soap. I'm thinking about travel. Once I see small bottles, I'm thinking travel, I'm telling you. Once I see small bottles, travel, where's the next trip? Okay, let's put this in here. But you came with different things in them. You're going to tell us what they are, they're going to zoom into it, and then how they came about, what they're supposed to be used for. In fact, what they are essentially. So that's your first bottle?
Yes, thank you very much. So we start with this. These are needles. They are called needles. And needles are the raw materials used in the production of all plastics. So we do carry out needle hunts. And unfortunately, these raw materials, which are supposed to be in the factories to make your bottle or water sachet, we find these things on the beach.
No.
Yes, so this was collected in Adan. We have samples collected in Labadi as well. So it's really littered across the beach, except for the west coast of Ghana. So this is why it is dangerous. Fishes could easily ingest this. And then we go and eat that fish. So we are eating plastic fish. So this is the raw material. And it is scary to find the raw material used in the production of all plastics. Not only are we finding that the raw material used in making all plastics, we are also finding the microplastics, the broken down plastics of plastics which has actually been formed and gone into the ocean and broken down over time. So this is a little sample of that as well. One last one is our styrofoam that we take for our food. This is how it breaks down beautifully also. And these are some samples that we collected. This was collected in Pram Pram. And we have a lot of these littered on our coastline. That tells you that our fishes are ingesting this. And it's true. With some work which was done with the University of Ghana Marine Fisheries Department, we found fish microplastics in fish samples that was taken. We did some work with Quarcoo. We took soil samples and we found a lot of microplastics and fibers. So not only are we seeing them in micro, meso, and macro, but we're also finding them in nano when we look at these things under a microscope. So this is to tell us that really it is at a level of a national security threat. And we should really take these things seriously and really act faster now to resolve some of these issues.
Did you just actually scare me on this show? So you mean that for those who like their mackerels and tilapias, they are actually not exactly eating healthy food if you look at it. If you look at some of these things that the fishes are exposed to.
Unfortunately, yes. We are really ingesting a lot of microplastics. Scientists do
They
not...
never break down in these fishes, do they?
No, plastics never break down. It takes 500 to 1,000 years, and even that is still around, you just don't see it. And this is why it's a dangerous material. And why it does not make sense to use a product for 5 to 10 minutes, and then it's here for 500 to 1,000 years.
Imagine.
I use it for 5 minutes, I die and go away, and it's still around, affecting the environment, destroying our waters, etc. I mean, I think we should be wiser. And just to add to what Robert said, I really also agree that CSRs or companies over here need to really put a lot of funding, not just joining a beach cleaner, but actually putting the money there to solve some of these issues and help some of these communities we are trying to get or serve and get them on the level of the sustainable development goals. One last thing is for supermarkets, we started an initiative for which, and GIZ is supporting this. It's called the Voluntary Pact. We have 7 major supermarkets signed up now. And what will happen from next month in April, no, in May, is that the next time you go to a supermarket, you'll be paying 50 pesos to get a single-use plastic bag. That
like
way
they do out there
in Europe. This country.
Yes.
So we have 8 supermarkets who have signed, and I will start implementation in May. So get ready. The next supermarket, your favorite supermarket, you'll be paying 50 pesos. Or just bring your own plastic bag. Otherwise, you end up paying like 2 CDs for plastic bags. And
don't go and shout there, I know you. And then I made up there, we don't go and shout.
So thanks to all these supermarkets also coming part, because we really need private sector. Government has its work, private sector has a role to play, and social impact entities like us also. And of course, the media also has a role to play. So it's a collective action.
And in talking about it being a collective action, we're looking at also sensitizing the young ones. And you mentioned that. Are we looking at invading the schools soon to get them on board some of these cleanup exercises, especially for Mayekoo and to you as well? Are we looking at involving them? Because I see y'all doing a lot of work. And please, the team, their hands cameras, they would have clapped for you. But I am doing that for you. That's a lot of stuff you do. But maybe getting these young people on board, you get support, you get easy labor, they're able to support and help. And whilst they're learning, they're helping make these beaches clean. Are we looking at that?
Okay, so just like my colleague Robert said, we have to catch them young. So forming, for example, green clubs in schools, having recycling challenges, shows, and all manner of training to be able to equip them with these understanding. Because I believe that when the younger generations understand the need to live sustainably, they are able to grow up with it and even affect their communities. So we've worked with schools. A popular one is Lincoln Community. They'll be joining us next month during our next beach cleanup. And for a long time, they've been working with us, volunteering, do beach cleanups. Their teachers give them projects for them to be able to understand, you know, the first-hand impact of this, not just cleaning up for show or anything, but to be able to incorporate this culture in them. And so, it's important to start small with our youngsters. If possible, include it in their syllabus, project work assignments. We've also had them at Chelsea University doing their project with us. Students come and, you know, they have to mark them and grade them based on the community service they do. So we see a lot of that, but we encourage more efforts from schools.
Wonderful.
Especially to add on to what Miracle said, especially the schools in these rural communities or in these coastal areas. You know, most of these schools that come to us really come to us because they know a little bit about what we are doing. But our next approach is also to go to the rural community, the school that's very close to the beach. If most of the people think the trash or the waste that we see on the beaches is just caused by, you know, people in the community around it. But yes, to some extent, it comes from out, you know, here more than that place. But we want to also sensitize them to understand the situation that they're finding themselves in and get better solutions to them.
And get get better solutions as well. Do you want to add anything to the youngsters projects?
To add, really, I think Mayekoo they're doing a great job with a lot of different organizations. Also, Gaio, Bastard Boys, Environment 360. Really, so many organizations doing great work in this spirit. I think it's very important that we include in the syllabus with the Ghana Education Service, environmental protection, so that these things are embedded in us naturally. We do say also in our churches, I think they have a very big role to play, considering or religious institutions, considering that most people go to church on Sunday. We've worked in the past with the Presbyterian Church, the Catholic Church, and we feel that these are the ways to engage the minds of the Sunday school children. So that's where we go and show some plastic punch series and do art workshops and things like this. So I think it's very important that this becomes normal. It should be normal to protect the environment. It should be cool. It should look cool. It should be something that everybody should do. And this is to say we also run little competitions. We have 2 competitions running at the moment, one with our partners Plastic Compact, where schools can win £500. So they should come and check our Plastic Punch page on Instagram, and they could get some £500 for doing something for the environment. So these are small nudges and activities we try to do to inspire schools and individuals to be part of the solution. And also because we need very critical and solid solutions. Like you said, this generation are full of a lot of ideas. And so if we could make a little resource available, it's going to propel far.
Yeah, absolutely. And still on the solving the issue mandates, let me put it that way, government is a crucial part of this. He just took in a deep breath. I heard that. Government plays a very crucial part because, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've heard people with money tell you that, oh, I was trying to fix this drainage in my area, and they said, government says, I don't know how true that is. That research we have to do in production. We have to find out why it's difficult for people living in areas to fix roads and drainages. It's almost as if, you know, if the government doesn't give you the authorization, you're not able to even fix areas that, you know, you see struggling. What are some of the policies that you think government can put in place, looking at people, you as individuals who have been on the ground and seen what the problem is? What are some of the solutions government could provide to make this fight a little easier? I'm going to start with you.
All right, thank you very much. And that's a very well-carved question.
Thank you.
So I would speak about some work we're doing with the government of Ghana already through MESTI and other governmental stakeholders, which EPA as well, which they are supporting. So with the Ghana MPAP, we're already speaking over there on phasing out problematic plastics. So where we are now is understanding what is a problematic plastic. I think we are there with the definition. We all need to agree as stakeholders, and then the next implementation will be phasing out these things. The usual suspect of this will be the single-use plastic bags, these black polythene bags. We need a ban on at least these ones because it serves no use. And this is what stakeholders are working on. And so we're working on this problematic plastic. There's another policy direction which, together with the government of Ghana, with a lot of stakeholders we've been working on for the last 4 years, the World Bank is supporting the process right now, is the Extended Producer Responsibility Framework. Now, what this will do is it's going to make companies responsible for the full life cycle of their products. Because what it is now is I buy a product and then it's my responsibility to manage the plastic. It goes on the beach, then it's the responsibility of the district assembly or the municipal assembly. However, when this becomes policy, it will mean that when I go on the beach and I found company A's bottle on the beach, it belongs to company A, and then they have to be responsible for that. So this is also another policy direction which we are working on. The EPA has also hinted on making plastic bags, phasing out plastic bags in supermarkets and making it mandatory for supermarkets. It is our hope that this voluntary journey we have started will transition into a mandatory position. Overall, I think government has a very big role to coordinate our waste management systems. They have to work. If the waste management systems don't work, all of us, even those of us doing awareness and advocacy, it's even difficult for us. Because if I go to a school and there's no trash cans or there's nobody coming for the trash, well, how would I tell them to segregate their waste? Who is going to come for it? Then at the end of the day, there's no impact. So really, awareness has to be raised towards working solutions, and that is where government really comes in beyond the policy work, is making sure that the physical structures exist and are working. So these are a few things. I mean, we're also working with the government of Ghana with Mills-Lamptey to pilot some of these biodegradable packaging and the water machines together with partners at BRS. I feel like we need to act really fast on some of these policy directions. There's been a lot of, I don't want to use the word lobby, but there's been a lot of pushback from private sector. And private sector, come on, you also have families. We are all in this together. We are, our fishes are getting polluted together. We are all eating this together. We are drinking polluted water together. And we really, they need to stop hardening their hearts, put profits aside, think human, and really think about the next generation so that minimum, facing out some of these problematic plastics can be something that we could already do and achieve by the end of this year. And really, yes, big up the government of Ghana. We see them. They're doing great. They're listening to us.
Oh, I love that.
But they can do more.
First, the government of Ghana has been praised for something.
But we can do more. We can do,
I love that.
do more.
I love that. Which means that works are ongoing and would see the impact very soon. Anything on that?
Yeah, so we've been working with the Ghana Tourism Authority, especially during Christmas period for beach cleanups. We would encourage them to do more, you know, with organizations like ours, you know, do regular ones. And then one more thing that I want to say is to make waste segregation a lot more profitable. If people can earn more money, I mean, I know people collect plastic water bags and all of that and bottles, but it's not really much money. But if it becomes more profitable and people get more money from collecting the plastics from the streets of Accra in Ghana, it gets some of the problems solved. So this is something I can add to what Richmond said.
I totally agree. And now we're coming back to the World Earth Day business. The fact that, you know, today we're using the day to throw light on this big conversation. We'd like to hear messages from all of you to my very wonderful viewers, because that's how I want to wrap up the conversation. I want them to know, because we've had all your submissions and they're very passionate, they're passion driven. You can see that work is actually ongoing. We just need more support on the ground. So kudos to you guys for the amazing work you're doing. What you're doing, some of us, we've never thought of it. We're taught in environmental studies, Abi, we never implemented it. You realize that when I was in classes, I was paying attention because I remember everything I was studying in classes. But yes, there's more we need to do. And so any message, so I'm going to start with the beautiful lady. Message for World Earth
So
Day.
message, I'd like to give a quote from one of my favorite animations, The Lorax, by Dr. Seuss. So he said, unless someone like you cares an awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So it has to start from you taking action to create that ripple effect.
Thank you so much.
Yes, to add on to what Miracle said, mine is to the youth. You know, it's time for us to, you know, take up action and champion some of these initiatives, you know, help our communities, because the future that we spoke about when we were young is today. And we need to create a better future for our tomorrow and then our generations to come. So let's really champion these things. And I'd like to use this opportunity again to call on any social impact organization in this sector to reach out to Mayekoo. You can just go to the Mayekoo website and start a fundraiser. It's absolutely free to start a fundraiser on their website and raise some money to for your impactful initiatives.
Wonderful, wonderful. And to you. He came in green, by the way. The man is serious about the business.
I'll pick up from Robert, from where Robert left it. Really, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We need African minds, or we need our minds to solve our problems. And, you know, Manifest said, good ideas don't bring money. Money don't bring good ideas bring money. And this is why the youth, again, should leverage on platforms like Mayekoo, crowdfunding. Trust me, there's a lot of people trying to, or who want to support positive initiatives, which is in the spirit of sustainability. It is the future. We all want to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by the year 2030. It is the biggest workable or project that the whole world is embarking on, and we all need to be part of this. Change starts with us. We are the change we've been looking for and waiting for, and unless we start really, and that is really, I hope that this inspires someone out there, that we really need to just start. it's not an issue of money. There's money everywhere if you really know what you are about. So really, Africa, be bold. Let's be bold. Let's be part of the change. Let's reduce as much as possible. Take your baskets and bags to the market. Take your own bowl to get food. So cool.
It's so cool.
So cool. And this is
very demure.
Very demure. Like imagine going to, you and I, we're going to buy bread, then we go with the bread bag. Mommy come here and say, hey, oh, trade me, but it's okay. Awesome. Okay, but how do we find you? I'm going to start with you. How do we find you, connect with you? You've mentioned some really huge amount of monies that look like some people. I felt in my spirit that a young man is like, hey, this is what I was praying for. How do we connect with you and get all these informations to be able to work these projects out?
Great, thank you. So our website will be the best go-to place, plasticpunchngo.org or plasticpunch.org. Both will bring you there. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as Facebook and TikTok. I mean, these are where we are also very fast and active, and you have all the links to the different promotions that we keep running and for different projects. That same page links you to the other projects which we are managing in consortiums, like the Protego project, which is happening in Ghana and Nigeria, where we'll be giving the 40,000 euros.
I'm going to Nigeria with you.
Come on, let's go. You love it.
We mentioned the areas you're going to.
We're working in Ajengule, which I don't know if you love, but
I know it's not the most beautiful place, but I would like to go there.
Exactly, yes. It's really almost the same situation, really wild as well. So we are intervening in Ajengule and as well as Incident, which is more beautiful, but also have the plastic pollution problem. So yes, please follow us, Plastic Punch. Our office is in Chado, but book an appointment before coming.
Please, we beg you.
And yes, I'm really happy to connect, and just follow us on our socials for more updates.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Mayekoo.com. How do we find you?
So if you are looking to start a fundraiser to raise funds for your campaign, for your social impact projects, you can visit www.mayekoo.com or send us an email at hello@mayekoo.com. Please do also follow us on social media as well. Mayekoo_impact on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And we'll be sure to follow you back and respond to all your inquiries.
Anything else you'd like to add to it before we wrap up?
Yeah, if you want to be a volunteer with Mayekoo, do just like Miracle said, go to our website, on our social media, just reach out to us. Yeah, we also welcome. We'll welcome you in our office in Jawulu. So we're currently at the Elbin Plaza, just opposite the Fiesta Royal. So you can just visit us over there and know more about what we do and volunteer with us. We do it every week.
Yes, and you have a project coming up this weekend?
Yes, this weekend. 26th.
Okay.
It starts at 7 a.m. and then we end at 10 a.m. We want to do it very early in the morning before the sun gets too much.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, all the information you need this morning to make World Earth Day a success has been given you. Just jump onto your social media platforms. Now, for you who has, this big idea to save the planet, this is the opportunity for you to get the support that you need. These are like-minded people who are passionate as you are. So please jump onto your platforms, get the support you need, and let's make the world a better place. Again, this has been a Lifestyle Daily segment. We're going for a quick break. When we come back, the plug continues on the show.
my name is Ruki. I'm a TV host and a self-styled chef. Cooking is my ultimate passion, and it's something I would say is my calling. Now, for those who cook a lot like me, there's one fact they'll always state. Ingredients decide how tasty your food is. And for me, the game-changing ingredients is water. Tap water at the moment is not the best option considering what's going on in the country. Also, such as water can taste weird and produce too much waste, so it's a no-no for me. My number one choice for cooking is Jibu water. Cooking with Jibu water enhances the flavor of your food. And it's not just that. Unlike other brands where you have to pour it from a heavy bottle, the 20-liter dispenser bottle comes with a tap that makes things so easy. So you see how simple it is with Jibu? Cooking with Jibu gives you big flavors and great taste without all the stress. Remember to cook with Jibu.
Jibu, transforming opportunity to thrive.
Welcome to Deluxe Experience Ghana, your trusted partner in creating unforgettable events. From breathtaking stage designs to dazzling lighting solutions, we bring your vision to life with precision and creativity. Our expert event planning and consultation services ensure every detail is taken care of so you can enjoy a stress-free experience. Capture every moment with our professional photography, videography, and live streaming services because every memory deserves to be cherished. Transform your event venues into a masterpiece with our exquisite interior lighting and permanent designs tailored to suit your style and theme. At Deluxe Experience Ghana, we don't just plan events, we create experiences. Let's make your next event extraordinary. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe. Contact us today on 0267 83 7006 or 0545 03 8620 and 0545 03 7520. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe.
Welcome to VIP Access Podcast. The second season is here. Steady. Take a dive into the stars behind Africa's music industry. From Kenyan contemporary music to hip-hop.
No, I'm happy to be here.
Soul, South African jazz to the best in pop music. Oh my God, oh my God.
Then 2022 was now the surprise, guys. I'm back. How did imagination rescue me as a kid?
The most powerful stories emerge behind the scenes.
Creativity has no bounds. Like, we are all intermingling and cross-pollinating.
I'll always be inspired if you keep on listening.
VIP Access is back like we never left.
Welcome back to the AM Club right here on MX24. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah. You're welcome back, okay? That was a very, very educative conversation, and I hope that you've learned a thing or two. You saw the passion in their eyes and angry about what is happening and how passionate they are about making it work and cause a change, you know, for our environment and for this beautiful earth God has given us. So please, let's lead the charge in the little communities we find ourselves in. Lead the charge there and let's make World Earth Day a success, where we come back another year and say that this is what we have done. This is how much change we have effected in those areas. So please, let's do this together. Let's make Ghana a better place. I tell you what, if you're living in Accra, you think everything is all good and nice until you go outside Accra and you realize that loads of things are happening to this. In fact, those things happening there are affecting us here, and we need to work together to make a change that is a good one. Okay, again, we're going to be going to the plug right after this, my great finishing of the show. But I thank you all so much for being a part of the show this morning. It's always from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. every weekday on MX24. Again, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. It's MX24GH on all social media platforms. Connect with us. We have amazing projects, amazing shows on our platform. Connect with us on social media. We will promote that brand for you to a point that you'll be wondering if the brand belongs to you or us, because we make it happen. So if you have a brand you're trying to promote, you have a business that you want to promote, please, this is the platform, and it's very affordable. This is the platform you want to put your product on, and you will thank us later. Okay, so we're doing digital, we're doing on air. Imagine your products everywhere for everyone to see. A big thank you to our viewers always showing up here for an amazing show. I am grateful. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah. We're moving straight to the plug. In fact, I'm leaving you in the capable hands of Joshua Mosey. He is a Grammy award-winning guitarist. The boys were just telling me earlier that he is the official guitarist for Stonebwoy. So wherever you find a Stonebwoy playing live band, he's the guy on the guitar, and you know the magic he's been putting on. He gave us a good show right here, and so he is going to be joining us as we give you a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday steez. Okay, so just sip on some tea or coffee. Coffee, my favorite. Let it be cowboy coffee, okay? Whilst you enjoy this music. See you again tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on MX24.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Family member there, ebe yakpede nyunu my de school am okay. Ya me bledo, me van no gbo me no school yi le waya. Me gava le school yo. Ya me va poncho.